And honestly, this manifesto is part of what kept me here with this community, even through the pandemic, because it is so beautiful. And we have one of our Creative Mornings attendees who will be saying our manifesto this morning, and her name is Rachel. Yep, and here she comes.
Thank you. Everyone is creative. Creative plan requires bravery, compassion, honesty, and honesty. We're here to support you, celebrate with you, and encourage you to do this as well. In the power of community, we believe face-to-face connections and learning from others and high fives. We bring together people who are driven by passion, confident that they will inspire one another and inspire change in neighborhoods and cities around the world. Everyone is welcome.
Yay. See, I love it so much. So at Creative Mornings, a lot of what makes this happen are sponsors, of course, and we want to give a shout out to our sponsors. So our global sponsor is Adobe. I think all of you have heard of Adobe, right? So this is like their second year, right, as the global sponsor. And they sponsor every single chapter across the globe. So that is a huge deal, and we very much appreciate them. We also have local sponsors, and the local sponsors are what allow us to extend this and do even more. So we're very appreciative. And that would be, and so our local sponsor is AIGA, right? Are we? Yeah, we'll save that for afterward, guys. We're cool. But AIGA, they definitely allow us to, they take care of our breakfast, most of our breakfast. And then we also, is it still Jen? Yeah, okay. So we also have gluten-free options. And I know that's silly to say, but as somebody who is gluten-free, I very much appreciate being able to have breakfast. So thanks to, you're going to just shout out the company. Branding? Habitat. Okay, yes. So everyone give a big thanks to Branding Habitat and AIGA, our local sponsors. And it said it right there. I'm so fun. Okay, so, and the sun is baking on my back, so I'm going to move back here. Okay, Greenwood Brewing, which is where we are. They are our venue sponsor today. So I think some of you have been here before. Yes, okay. So Megan is here, and she's going to come up and just say a little bit about Greenwood. And she actually spoke at a Creative Mornings once, and we've been here multiple times. So it's a really cool story.
Hi. Hello, good morning. It is so nice to see the beer garden full at 9 a.m. on a Friday morning. I know. Yeah, we're opening early, so we can convert right from coffee to beer. This space actually looks a little different if you've been here before. We did a little bit of a glow up this past year and really leaned into some of our creative, what we like to say is like our creative piece of our business is of course the beer, which is brewed right here, but also with our can art and everything that comes with that. So just a little bit about Greenwood and the space. When I was building Greenwood, I wanted to create this space just like this that we like to call allows for a purposeful pint. So having a really great conversation over craft beer. That was really a lot of the reason why I love beer. It's a great avenue for hard conversations, fun conversations, a great night out, or even a challenging night. And so this is the space that we created and to engage in really purposeful conversations. So thanks for being here today and giving yourself a chance to start your Friday with a really purposeful and intentional morning. So with that, just a little bit about where we are at Greenwood. When I first started, I originally put our beer across the country. I thought I was going to be a large-scale brewery. I was going to start in this brewery and then build a big production facility, and this is going to be our only tap room.
Check.
And I got into this business, and I started really, really loving the fact that we have a tap room that creates community. and a completely 180-degree flipped our business. And last year really decided we were leaning in on what I think is our strategic advantage of a business is we're really small, we're really boutique, we're really high quality, we care about ingredients, we care about our community. And so I took our whole plan of the large-scale national brand and totally transformed it to be super hyper-local. This is our experimental brewery, and we are now moving into tap rooms throughout just the Phoenix metro area. Our second tap room was just announced in Chandler, so if there's anybody from the East Side, we'll be coming for you guys in later this fall. And our Camino is part of this. Our path is completely shifted, and it's been really challenging to decide to figure out where you fit. And now more than ever, I think Greenwood knows who we are. We know who we are as a brand and a business and a community member. So I'm really excited to see and to know where we are on this path. And I really hope that you join us for that launch. So thank you. Cheers for you.
Thank you, Megan. So she teased at it a little bit, but the theme of this month is Camino, which is Spanish for path or way. I think most of us know that, hopefully. So the little write-up on that is you don't have to know exactly where your path leads. Just trust that you'll learn what you need along the way. Wherever you are headed, we wish you, as they say in Oviedo, bon camino. May you have a safe and meaningful journey. And we have a little exercise as an icebreaker this morning. And if you don't like it, you're going to like it because it's fun. So Erica is going to come up and give us instructions. It will be short, so don't worry, it won't be too long.
All right, so you all should have grabbed one of these activity worksheets. And if you don't, there's a stack over there. So can you hold them up? If you don't have one, grab one, or we'll pass them along. This is just like a spot for you to doodle or take notes during Raquel's talk this morning. But there is a prompt on here about what you are packing and what you are leaving behind. So actually, real quick, can you just hold this? I want to show you how to fold this. There are numbers, like very faint, small gray numbers. There's one that says 1. You're gonna fold it longwise along the very long dotted line. That's your first fold. The second fold, you'll see a number 2 next to companions. You're gonna fold away, so that way you have the field guide cover on the outside. That's the second fold. And then your third fold is right next to the field guide. You're gonna fold in half again, and you'll have field guide on the cover. So it's just like a little mini zine, little guidebook. So when you open up the first page of your zine is what you are packing and what you are leaving behind on your creative journey. Take a 1 minute to think about that, and then turn and tell your neighbor what you are packing or what you are leaving behind on your creative journey. And this can be actual something like I'm packing my pencils or my paintbrush or something like that, or like a jar from a creative journey, or it could be more metaphorical, like I started packing patience.
All right, I'm giving everybody 3 minutes. Let's hear it. Let's start hearing the chatter.
Oh, okay. Before I start talking, can you move the table to the other side?
Oh, there or right here?
Where it was before?
Yeah.
Can we do it now?
Yeah. And also I'm going to put that. Don't drop that.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Tell me when.
Right here.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
This is yours, right?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Still got time.
This will cover.
I feel like that was too much time. Okay, 20 seconds. And then I'm going to have some of you share.
Some of us share.
I didn't do it either. I did it mentally.
Yeah.
Woo. Time's up. Love it. Okay. All right, Tristan, what are you going to bring?
Oh my God. I'm going to bring courage.
Aw.
Oh, I love that.
Yes. Do you want to explain?
Ah,
No?
come on.
Well, I think on any journey we need courage. Right?
Yes.
Like, journey is usually about the unknown. So we're trying something new. So do that.
Yes. Perfect. Okay, I won't call on someone else. Perfect on her. Okay, Eddie.
I'll go. Do it, but I like to intentionally bring joy because sometimes me and my wife, we bring our fights along with us. So we started intentionally, hey, we're bringing joy on these trips. So
That is amazing. That's a great one. All right, one more. It's going to evolve. Oh, we got one.
Unpacking the fire within humility and coachability.
Ooh, okay.
That was awesome. It's Matt, thank you for sharing.
Yeah,
I think
where was
I'm
that
going to
from?
pack my, I'm just going to say it, pee funnel. That's what I'm going to pack. Because soy mujer. Okay. All right. Well, now let's get to it, everybody. I'm about to introduce to you our speaker. And we thought it was funny because me llamo Raquel, se llamo Raquel, todos los Raquel. And I'm going to just talk a tiny bit. This is Raquel Gomez. And it's
Atabe.
Oh, Atabe. Yeah, that makes more sense. And I'm not going to go too much into her bio because I'm sure, is going to introduce herself. But according to all the attendees today, she attracts a lot of attention. So I think we're really in for it. So come on up, Raquel. Everybody give Raquel a warm welcome.
Oh, you're not going to do the bio? Go ahead. 'Cause I'm not going to talk too much about that.
Okay. We're going to do the bio. Okay. Raquel is a youth development leader, outdoor educator, and the founder and executive director of Atabe Outdoors, a Phoenix-based nonprofit expanding access to outdoor spaces for Black, Indigenous, and youth of color. With over 20 years experience and a background in psychology, sociology, and criminal justice, Raquel designs trauma-informed, culturally grounded outdoor programs that support confidence, leadership, and emotional well-being. Raquel's connection to nature began as a child and became a personal healing tool long before she had language for mental health. Today, she blends lived experience with professional expertise to create safe, joyful spaces where community, movement, and nature intersect.
Thank
That's
you.
great.
Yes.
You need this one?
I got one. Got a little
Okay.
fancy little thing here. Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here to talk a little bit about my Camino. I had Raquel do the bio because I didn't want my speech to sound like a resume. So I'm going to tell more of a story today. Not exactly what I did today, but how I got here. And my little notes. I'm sweating already, y'all. Okay. So before I begin, I want to invite all of you into something. Both feet on the ground. Notice what's holding you. Take one slow breath in and let it go. This is where every Camino begins. And coincidentally, this kind of mindfulness is also happens to be how I start every Atabe Outdoors adventure. So let the adventure begin. Buenos dias. Peace. My name is Raquel Gomez. I'm the founder of Atabe Outdoors. I'm a daughter of the Caribbean. And today, on Dominican Independence Day, it feels especially meaningful to speak about my Camino. Because Camino isn't just a path. Camino means journey. Camino means coming. Camino is the space between who you've been and who you're still becoming. If I had to define it in a fresh way, I'd say Camino is the courage to keep walking before you even feel ready. My Camino didn't start with a business plan. It began when I was 7 years old, when I flew to the Dominican Republic by myself to visit my family. Yes, you heard that. My parents sent me to the Dominican Republic at 7 years old by myself. It's a cultural thing. They send us kids out there to experience the culture, to get to know our family and understand where we're from. When I flew to Dominican Republic by myself to visit my family, it wasn't my first time. I had been before when I was 3 and even when I was inside of my mother's womb. Around this time in 1987, I was in the Dominican Republic in my mom's womb. But 7 years old is the first time I actually remember it. It's the first time it imprinted. I remember arriving at my family's home in El Campo, which means countryside. Spanish music playing somewhere in the background, always. The smell of pica pollo, chicharrones, and arepa being passed around. Chickens running around like they on purpose because they do. My cousins and I running towards the river. I remember standing on these rocks, looking down at the water, and just jumping in over and over and over again all day. It wasn't about performance. It wasn't about perfection. There was no audience, just joy, just belonging. I didn't feel like I was visiting. I felt like I had been there before, which I had. I felt at home in the dirt, in the water, in the heat, in the music, outside. And I didn't have a language for it then. This wasn't the part I thought I was going to get emotional at. But that was the first time I realized the outdoors wasn't something I did. It was somewhere I belonged. When I came back to the States, I carried that with me. I didn't need a mountain. I didn't need a grand adventure. I just needed to go outside. Riding my bike around the condos that I lived in, rollerblading down the hill of the entrance, holding on for dear life to a rope we secured in the back of my friend's bike. Sledding down the same hill over and over. Yes, so it didn't have to be perfect or impressive. Getting outside was enough for me. I fell a lot. I fell on my skates, on my bike, in the snow. I remember coming home with like scrapes and bruises and cuts and getting in trouble for being too rough, too dirty, too reckless, right? I mean, in the Latin culture, we're not supposed to be doing that. We're not supposed to be jumping off cliffs and rock climbing and hiking and doing all these things that you could possibly get hurt at. You're supposed to be home and you're supposed to be cooking and cleaning, making sure you have everything ready for your family. So my dad, yeah, I don't think he knew what he was in for when I came into this world. Uh, but I would get back up each time because something about outside felt worth it. But it never felt the same here. It never felt like I was with my people in my land. And not every memory in El Campo was joyful. Some moments were painful. They taught me how vulnerable the body can be. For a while, I pulled back. I became more cautious, more guarded, more like how I was supposed to be. But Camino isn't about never getting hurt. It's about learning how to return anyway. My relationship with the outdoors hasn't always been simple. I haven't always felt well. I haven't always felt like I belong. I haven't always been invited. But that complexity is exactly why safety and belonging are at the center of how I lead today. My ancestors, Taino people of the Caribbean, lived across these islands, across what we now call Dominican Republic, across Puerto Rico, across lands that shape both sides of my family. I carry both those lineages with me. The Dominican spirit of my father and the Puerto Rican roots of my mother, both teaching me something about resilience, about migration, about survival, about joy. They believed the earth was not separate from us. She was family. They honored Atabe, the earth mother, the source of water, the source of life, the source of creation. When I founded Atabe Outdoors, I thought I was choosing a name, but I wasn't choosing. I was remembering. Mi camino no empezó conmigo. It began long before me. In 2020, amidst the pandemic, my father unexpectedly passed away in the Dominican Republic. Our relationship had been complicated. There was love, but there was also distance, conversations unfinished, things unsaid, and grief. Grief has a way of surfacing everything. At the same time, I was building Atabe Outdoors from the ground up, a nonprofit rooted in healing, rooted in community, rooted in connection with the land. And I was grieving, trying to hold space for young people, trying to lead, trying to build something meaningful while privately carrying this loss. There were whole seasons that I had to step back from the work, whole seasons that I burnt out, couldn't serve my community. But through that, I learned about self care and how important it is to fill your own cup before you fill others' cups. and modeling for the girls. Self-care doesn't mean sacrificing yourself to serve. It means taking time to process whatever emotions you need to process, to get whatever support you need, to find whatever resources you need. There were days I questioned whether I had the capacity to hold both grief and the vision at the same time. Camino isn't always scenic. Sometimes it's heavy. Sometimes it asks you to grow while your heart is breaking. But I kept walking. And over time, I began to see things differently. My father was a servant of his community. He served the city of Danbury, Connecticut, where I grew up. And he was an adventurer in his own way. Funnily enough, he was the one who taught me how to go outside and be rough and reckless. Even in our distance, that spirit has always lived in me. Atabe Outdoors didn't just come from inspiration. It came from grief. It came from not belonging or feeling like I don't belong and wanting to create a space for young girls to feel like they belong in the outdoors, take up space outdoors, because they deserve that. They deserve that kind of peace. Not just any young girls, young Black and brown girls. Atabe Outdoors was my desire to honor something unfinished, from wanting to build the kind of legacy that outlives pain. And then something that clarified everything for me. Something happened that clarified everything for me. My sweet dog, Jordy, he crossed the Rainbow Bridge. And a couple weeks later, I hosted a camping trip for the young girls, 8 to 12 years old. We were sitting around the fire, and I could feel the sadness just sitting on my chest. Because the outdoors is where I process my emotions. It's where I go. It's my church. It's where I go to release. It's where I go to feel joy, pain, sadness, frustration, nervousness, excitement, all the emotions. I could have kept it to myself. I could have stayed the strong leader, right? Strong Black woman. But instead, I said it out loud. I said, I'm feeling sad tonight. I miss my dog. And something shifted. One by one, people started sharing who they were missing. These young girls, 8, 9, 10 years old, parents, grandparents, pets, friends. Or this one girl, I think she said she missed her lizard. I don't know where the lizard went. But I was like, me too. Tears flowed. We offered sage and other medicines to the fire for our loved ones. And I realized something in that moment. Leadership isn't about having all the answers. It's about going first. It's about creating a space where people feel safe enough to be real, to share those kinds of feelings. That night wasn't heavy. If anything, it was the opposite. We all felt lighter. It was sacred. And that's when I knew I'm an outdoor leader. Not because I summit mountains, but because I create spaces where people can feel safe enough to be honest. I've led backpacking trips, kayaking trips, teen retreats. I've checked weather patterns, reviewed emergency plans, packed vans in the dark. But the real leadership, it's that holding of space when someone cries under the stars. It's modeling vulnerability. It's choosing safety. It's going first. That's Camino too. In 2023, I returned to the Dominican Republic for the first time since the pandemic. I asked my family questions. I wanted to know how they had experienced my father because I knew what I knew. But each of us experiences someone very differently, right? I thought I was searching for closure. Instead, I found connection to my family, to my homeland, to some of the deepest parts of myself. In 2025, again, I returned to the Dominican Republic and I climbed Pico Duarte. For those of you who don't know, Pico Duarte is the highest peak in the Dominican Republic. It's also the highest peak in the Caribbean. It's about 10,000 feet. This time with my uncle, who looks so much like my father, it catches me off guard sometimes. And as I climbed, I carried grief, of course, but I also carried strength because I realized something. The little girl in El Campo, the woman building a nonprofit through burnout, the daughter grieving her father, she kept walking. And at the summit, I didn't just feel reconciliation, I felt proud. I felt proud of the woman that I had become, proud that I kept walking, not just on that mountain, but in life. A little over a year ago, I moved into a cabin in the mountains of Arizona, Prescott, alone. Probably shouldn't say that. But I'm like up there, so you won't be able to find me. No city noise, no constant distraction, just wind, trees, silence. When I tell you, I hadn't experienced that kind of silence in a very long time. Day after day, just quiet. In that silence, I met myself again. Not the performing version, not the proving version, not the high achieving version, the quiet version, the listening version. Porque el silencio no es vacío. El silencio es un portal. Silence is not empty. For the last 2 weeks, I've been back in the Dominican Republic again. I went backpacking, sleeping under the same stars my ancestors once slept under, walking the land that once felt enormous when I was 7. And it reminded me, Camino is not about finding yourself somewhere new. It's about recognizing yourself somewhere ancient. The body remembers even when the mind forgets. Now let's bring this back to Phoenix. The desert has taught me a lot. You don't rush the desert. You respect it. You move with intention, and you endure. And I see Camino everywhere here in the Phoenix creative community. In artists building something from nothing, in entrepreneurs taking risks without guarantees, people choosing to stay and shape the desert instead of leaving it. I say it like that. It's not easy, you know. Summers are tough. Camino shows up every day in courage. Glad you said that. I heard some of you were wearing hiking boots today. Erica. Okay, I see you in the back, decked out, ready to go for a hike after this. No, we're not. It's too hot. But maybe later tonight. Camino doesn't require boots, but it does require willingness. I want to try something simple. Turn to the person next to you, behind you, turn to someone, and one of you say, "You belong." Now receive it back if you haven't already. Let that settle. Belonging is not something you earn. It's something you're born into and you remember. Before I close, place your hand on your heart. Feel your heartbeat. That rhythm is your original drum and compass. If there's something in your life that feels unfinished, if there's something you've been afraid to start, if there's something you've been grieving quietly, you don't have to solve it today. You just have to take one step. You're not lost. You're on your Camino. And on this Dominican Independence Day, I'm reminded freedom is walked towards one step at a time. Confía en tu camino. Trust your path. Gracias and feliz Día de la Independencia Dominicana.
Yeah.
Is this thing on?
I just realized though, we're gonna need to hear the speaker because we're gonna go to Q&A, and someone's gonna have to shout because we only have one mic.
I'll just
I'm like
repeat the
looking at
question.
Eddie.
I'll repeat the question.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so yeah, Q&A. Who's got questions? No, we got questions.
Take a minute, no rush.
I can run
You gonna run?
questions.
And then you're gonna run it back.
I've worked with Raquel for years and she's amazing, but I don't know how amazing she is with the girls and what they do. I don't think that anybody in the audience has a strong idea of what you really do with the girls and how impactful that is. And so I was wondering if you could, and I asked this because this is the kind of thing that everybody can be doing, even with their own children and their grandchildren and the kids in their community, because we know how important it is for our kids to get outside. And so I was wondering if you could just explain more about the types of outdoor activities that you do with the girls, and that'll help us get a better understanding of how impactful that is for us to continue that type of purpose with the children around us.
That was a beautiful question. I'm glad I didn't have to repeat it. Okay. I need double mic. Okay. That was beautiful. Thank you. I immediately got emotional because 7-year-old me was looking for Active Outdoors. 7-year-old me was putting Girl Scouts. You know anything about Girl Scouts? You know there's not too many people who look like me there. Maybe more now. This was back in the 90s. Maybe more so now. But yeah, I started the organization because I wanted to create a space for little Raquel and for girls like little Raquel who want to get outside but don't know where to start. So a lot of our adventures take place right here locally in Phoenix so that it might be accessible to folks who live here. And so that we can teach our kids that we don't need to go far. It doesn't need to be the Grand, it doesn't need to be Alaska. It doesn't even need to be the Dominican Republic. It just needs to be outside. And so we pick places like Pineapple Park, like Tempe Town Lake, like South Mountain, places that are familiar to our demographic of girls, places that they've seen their whole lives in their backyard and never been to. And we don't just go outside. It's so hard. You just have to come on an adventure. We don't just go outside. We provide an experience for these girls. We teach them skills that they can take with them beyond Activate Outdoors. And I'm not talking just outdoor skills. I'm talking mindfulness. We do a mindfulness before each adventure to ground them into the space, right? Because before you got here, I don't know what y'all were doing, but I was rushing around trying to make sure I had everything and still forgot things. And we live a whole life outside of where we show up to. And it's important for us to ground ourselves and be present with the people that we're sitting with. And so we do this. We do prompts, journal prompts, journaling every adventure. After the adventure, we have a journal prompt. How did this adventure make you feel? What's moving you today? What was your rose thorn? Anybody? Anybody know? Rose thorn. What's the third thing? Huh? What? Bud. Yes. Rose, thorn, bud. Rose, what's the thing you really enjoyed today? Thorn, what's the thing you really enjoyed today? And bud, where was the learning opportunity for you? What did you learn today? So we also have different themes for each adventure. We have had a how to make friends theme, where we go rock climbing and we are taking turns belaying and getting to know each other, learning trust, right? You have to trust the person belaying. I don't know. Has anybody here been? You have to trust the person who's holding that rope. So every outdoor adventure I learned as a kid, I learned young, has a lesson in itself. I don't really have to do much. Like, I just show up and let the girls do what they do. And sometimes the lesson is not even what I planned for that day. It just comes up through what we're doing, whether that's mountain biking, paddleboarding, hiking, camping. We went to the Grand Canyon. So yeah, I think it's important for us to make sure that the kids around us understand that they don't have to have all this experience to get outside and get some fresh air. They just have to take a step. One step. That's all. And these skills, I wanted it to be also a program where they don't feel forced to like the outside. I'm not convincing anyone to love the outdoors as much as I love the outdoors, because I don't know if that's possible. But I will say this. Each girl leaves with something, whether that's a new friend, a new outdoor skill, a new coping mechanism, a new song they learn, whatever it is, they leave with something. And if they don't ever paddleboard again, they're lost, in my opinion. But they usually come back.
All right. Another question?
Hey.
I'll meet you halfway.
Hi.
So speaking of that and the all of the activities that you do with the girls, as a mother, I'm trying to understand how you
Logistics.
those digital devices. I'm sure that there are guidelines and things like, leave your iPads at home, but knowing the generation that we are encountering and how the digital leash is a real thing, how are you able to divert that and actually keep them compelled and captivated with activities that don't involve screens? I'm dying to know.
All right. disappointed in the answer. I don't have to do much. Have you seen nature? Have you seen these mountains? Have you seen the sky? Have you seen these clouds? Sometimes. Have you seen these cactus, these flowers, this dirt? I don't have to do much, especially here in the desert. But to your question, because first of all, happy Black History Month. Second of all, kudos to you and congratulations and praying for you as a mother. That's the hardest job in the world, but also the most rewarding. I personally don't have children, so when they come to me, they're very much like nieces. And so Auntie Raquel don't play phones. We're not doing phones. It's a little box you can put your phone in. Put your phone in my car. It'll be safe, I promise. No animals are gonna get to it. But it's just a rule. It's a rule out to be outdoors. I have gotten a little bit lenient over the last year because I want those who have that creative spark, because I've noticed that some of them come with this passion for something and some of them for photography. So I allow them to use their phone to take pictures, to let their parents know they're okay, things like that. But it's very, how to explain it? It's so outside of their comfort zone that they don't want to do whatever they were doing at home. They want to be present. They want to talk to new people. They are yearning for different experiences. They are yearning to get off the phone. They just don't know any better because that's how they're growing up and that's what they have in front of them, right? So if it's not an option, it's not an option. You go outside. And here, I understand also it's a little bit different with the weather. My first summer at the Boys and Girls Club here, Lyndall right here, my coworker, she was my coworker at the Boys and Girls Club. I think I asked her several times, like, "You sure we don't go outside, like at all? Like the whole summer we stay in this building the whole summer." I never in my life, never experienced anything like that. 2 summers and I was, but I think there's ways around that. There's up north. There's buses that go up north. There's pools. There's making sure you get out enough in the wintertime, because that window is what you got, and once the window is over, it's over. So I think just capitalizing on the opportunities as far as weather goes, capitalizing on some of the really amazing things we have right here in our backyard. To be outdoors is free. People be like, "What? You do this for free?" Well, I don't do it for free, but the kids can come for free. The thing about the outdoors now is that it has become such an unknown, right? An unknown place. Like we don't know how to do that. We don't have the boots. We don't have the bike. We don't have the fancy things we need to get outside. And I think just reiterating with our children now that we don't need any of that. And if we do, hit up Automate Outdoors. We got a gear library. And we do community rentals for super low. Don't go to REI. Don't tell REI. So cut that, edit that out. Please, Eddie. I'm kidding. REI is a huge grant partner of ours. So I love you, REI. But pour back into your community is what I'm saying, right? That money that you're renting this gear with is going directly back to providing these programs for free for people who don't have the money to be able to get on these adventures. Yeah, I think The lowest age is 8. Please don't try to bring your 7-year-old. No, I've had a lot of questions as to why my kid is turning 8 in 6 months. Okay, I love that for her. Now, there's a big difference developmental wise between a 7-year-old and an 8-year-old. Okay, the 8-year-olds just are willing. They're a little more willing. They're a little more courageous, a little more social. They soak up information a little faster, and not even faster. But they are paying attention enough to soak up the information. 7-year-olds, they're just not ready, and it's something when I have taken a 7-year-old for one. That was my first and last. And guess what? She made it through. She's 12 years old and she's still going to Atabey Outdoors. Okay, so it's possible. There are some mature, but I can't tell. I don't know if your child is mature or not, or what's going on. So we started at 8, and the oldest is 12. But we have expanded our programming to teens, families, and adults. So we've had events where everyone's invited, allies, all ages, from birth to the other side of birth, and elders, birth to elders. And they've been really amazing. It's been really cool. We have some people here who have been to our event. We have a long-standing Atabey Outdoors mother right here. Oh my God, can I bring her up? I know. Just for a second. 1 second. Come here. You have to tell the people. Lily has been in Atabey Outdoors since 8. Tell them how she came, remember?
Yeah.
And then how she's doing now.
I am. She's my only one. Yeah, when I brought her, she was like, "Don't leave, stay here, watch me." I was like, away from the time. I know Cal probably thought I was crazy. We're really good friends now, but initially I was like, "She's my mom." But Lily stayed in Atabey, and by
Second year,
she's like, "You could just drop me off." I was like, it was baby steps, right? Like, you can go get a coffee and then come back. But by the end, like, she's super independent. You know, she's very attached to me. So I honestly attribute her learning independence, her being a little bit less, attached by going through the program and getting to experience amazing things that working teaches. And I got stuff too. So when we did our 10P, we did a mindfulness activity where we drank the juice and we literally just sat there and thought about it, right? Like, feel it as you're drinking. And I was at work one day drinking some water, and I was like, "Oh, I can feel it going." But I thought it took me back because we just rush, right? Just like that simple pleasure of like, I'm drinking this water at a moment to like feel myself drinking the water. Things that pop up that you wouldn't think from like 6 months ago, right? So it's good for adults too.
Okay. And that is segueing us into our 30-second spotlight. We're going to count that. But everybody give Raquel thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Okay, so we've got time for just like a couple. If anybody has a 30-second spotlight, if you remember what those are, some of you guys are new. If you have anything going on that you're doing that you would like help with, come up and you get 30 seconds, and we're going to spotlight it. So we've already got anything else. Let's go ahead and shoot real quick so that we can.
I'm going to go first on behalf of someone in our community. And then I'm going to sit there and write the rest of yours down. So come see me, make sure I have the details, right? If you have your 30 seconds. Okay, so Glenn from our community here is working to secure micro internships for his students at Thunderbird School of Management. So interns available. Thunderbird graduate students are global management experts based right here downtown. And they aren't typical. They bring cross-border strategy, supply chain expertise, expertise, market expansion insight, and sharp digital execution skills. So nerds, basically. So if your firm has a need for kind of an advanced intern, you can email Glenn, and this will be in the wrap-up email. It'll hopefully go out either tonight or tomorrow. Okay, so keep that in mind, and I'll be sitting right there. Thanks.
Yay.
Just really quick. So I'm a part of an exhibit right now in Peoria. So Claudia Johnstone, photographer. And I'm part of an exhibit in the West Valley. So I'm not sure if anybody is over there in Peoria, but there's a gallery called The Monastery. And we have a closing reception tomorrow from 2 to 5. So yeah, look it up. There's 2 more photographers, and the it's called Stories Unseen. My project is about ADHD, and the others, also great projects. So yeah, come on out.
I used to live in the West Valley, or West Valley. Okay. Awesome earrings, by the way, Claudia.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I have 2 quick things. One, I'm looking for a studio space. So if anyone has a space to share or knows of anything or knows of any collectives, get at me. 2, I'm also doing an installation at AltFest in Mesa on March 13th. And I'm looking for volunteers either for construction or just for the event. You can get me on Instagram. It's at some call me Sarah Sloan.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm going to try to be quick. I don't know if I have 30 seconds. I got 45. So I came to Creative Mornings my name is Felicia Penza. Thank you, Erica. I came to Creative Mornings a couple of months ago, and I had a Kickstarter where I was writing a children's book, and a lot of attendees there actually gave to the campaign. And now it's here, my actual book. So thank you so much to those that did come and support. The book is called I Will Always Choose You. It's about single parents that struggle with children that feel that absentee parent and want to understand that they're still loved and chosen by the people that are still integral in their lives. So I'm having a family day / book launch on March 7th, which is next Saturday. So just come and find flyers from me for more details. But honey, there's going to be therapists on site that are giving free consultations to families. There's family yoga, there's family karaoke, there's just a whole bunch of stuff that's happening in conjunction with the book launch. So come and find out more. It's for all families, it's for everyone, and it's all free. So just register on Eventbrite because I'm paying for it all myself and I need to know who's going to come. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Melissa Farley. I'm on the board of the Worldwide Women's Film Festival, and our festival is coming up on March 6th, 7th, and 8th. And basically, these are all films that have women in key roles. So director, producer, not just acting in it. And so we'd love to have you all come out. It's at Shea Harkins 14. And we run pretty much from 9 a.m. to the evening. We've got free after parties, all that stuff to walk, and just love to see you out there supporting women filmmakers. Thank you. March 6th, 7th, and 8th. Yeah.
Morning, y'all. My name is Muse. I come bearing 3 announcements. Tomorrow, if you're feeling creative in the mornings, 11 and 1, I'll be hosting a collage making workshop with Black Brown Girl Collective. Second, in the afternoon on tomorrow, if you're feeling like you want to come outside and kick it, Downtown Phoenix Inc., along with my storytelling platforms, Phoenix will be hosting Can I Kick It? It is a day of family friendliness. There'll be the last track is being shown, live tour with the DJ. That is from 3 to 8. And then starting March 4th and every Wednesday for the next 12 weeks, I'll be starting back up the Artist Workshops. So if you have to look with the work, come join me March 4th. Central at McDowell, and you can find all the information on my Instagram at the museum, because obviously, or we can chat afterwards. Thank you.
Okay, it is past 10, but this is like the most spotlights we've ever done, so this is exciting.
I'll be fast. Hi, I'm Brittany Feenstra. I am one of 2 people, co-founders right there, Mickey. We just started a nonprofit film club, and we have our soft launch coming up next month on March 21st, right down the street at an old synagogue that's been converted into this big-ass theater. We're showing Wedding Singer. We have a DJ. It's just fun. So if you're around and you want to come to a Costumes Encouraged movie night, you should come on down. You can find out more information at our website, cinehaze.org. That's CINEHAZ.org. And if you want a flyer, come find me after this.
Love the wedding singer, self-taught, no lessons. Favorite movie.
Thank you. Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Ricardo Cordova. This is my very first time coming here, so it's great to meet all of you. I don't have anything to promote except for myself. So I study graphic design and filmmaking up at NAU, but for the last 3 years, I have been an interior designer. I've actually taught myself AutoCAD for those of you who don't know our potential program. Just to let you guys know that I'm extremely devoted to that kind of thing. But I'm just really grateful to be able to meet all of you. I'm just hoping to get back into the graphic design field, the creative field, just because architecture can be kind of, it can become stale at sometimes. It's not as fun. So yeah, it's just great to meet all of you. Thank you.
Perfect. That is very much allowed. Okay, guys, and there is the Phoenix Art Deco Society. They have a Diamondback spring training game this Sunday, and I'm sure Prescott has more details on that. But otherwise, I did want to not leave without thanking our volunteers, and we're going to get a group photo as well. But if you're a Creative Mornings volunteer, raise your hand and smile at everybody. Yay! We're very grateful. If anyone would like to volunteer, there's ways to do it in small ways and bigger ways, but we would love it. So reach out to any one of the volunteers you saw raising their hands. And if you guys would indulge us and come up for a group photo right over here, Claudia? All right, then come on up. I know, we're going to be like that. You can take a photo. Yes. And feel free to hang out with each other after this. Oh, are we doing beer? Is it open, guys? Do we know? 10. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, group picture.
No, I don't think free.
Wait, is it group picture everyone?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Group picture. Sorry, not volunteers. Group everybody. Yes.
I'm so proud of you. So good. Oh my God.
Wait, don't leave without getting a picture.
Oh wait, good.
Okay, where are the people with the boots?
Is the camera in the way? Nice.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Nice. And now, the goofy one. Yay! Bye, ladies. Yay! Awesome.
I'm sure, Raquel, you'll be around for more questions.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm hanging out. If you want to
Next
talk.
event is.
I'm hanging out. I love to talk.
The next event
I love talking.
is we'll be featuring Chris Kolash as our speaker on.
Thank you so much. Absolutely.
On March
Absolutely.
20th, and the theme is local. So sign up and invite you to go out next time.
So if you don't know where First Studio is, it's just kind of diagonal from here on the corner of McKinley and First Avenue, basically. And come on out for First Fridays. We've got a great show.
The bar is open if you would like to pick up some beer. So thank you to Greenwood.